What's up YouTube, Kyron back up in here with another video, and today I have something that I've been wanting to touch on for quite a while now. Basically, I wanted to break down how I take my Instagram pictures. I took a lot of behind the scenes clips or like just some b-roll clips within this whole video, and I will be incorporating them into small sections, but this will just be yet another context clip just to give you some back end understanding as to where I'm going with this whole video, like the whole direction of it. First off will be the section about professional photography slash film photography, and the other will be about iPhone photography. Jumping straight into the film slash professional, interrupted by my sister, my bad. But anyway, continuing in on film slash professional photography. We'll start off with professional. A lot of people are trying to steer away from the whole digital look. A lot of people find it too corporate or just too generic, but the thing is, you can make digital photography have that life back into it. Don't make it so bland. You could add some grain to digital photography to make it look like film. A great example of this is Ray's Corrupt in Mind. A lot of people like his photography. A lot of you will probably know of his work too. I'm going to be having some of his work laid on the screen, of course. But the greatest thing about that is that there is a liveliness to it. It's warm, there's grain, you can see really small details into the pictures, and guess what, it is digital. If a lot of you guys didn't know that, yes, it is digital. He shoots on I don't know the exact camera, I'm pretty sure it's a Canon, but he uses an external flash 100% and a wider lens, so he gets more of the character or whatever his subject is into the shot. So you could use that to your advantage. If you only have a digital camera, you could do that. And then there is a whole plethora of filters that you could get from Visco that you could adapt onto Lightroom and just play around with the settings, and you could get that film looking type of aesthetic to your pictures. Today we're shooting here with the infamous Taran. You guys know him already. A lot of people ask me how my pictures come out professionally, and they come from this guy sometimes.
Yeah, so right now we're just shooting at apartment 200. We got Nate to open it up for us and see how everything is. This is like my second time in Montreal. I've never been to this location, but it's been good so far. Right now we're just going through some references for this photo shoot. But yeah, like they have this new sample piece if you want to show it.
I'm sure they won't get too cheese because they already put it on the gram, so it's whatever. But I wanted to ask you, between shooting film and digital, what are the differences? And
so like for a while film was so dead, and like now it's like everyone is using it. Like everyone shoots on film, especially with kids just buying disposables, which is great. It's a great influence on going back to how things were before. But I'd say I've never left digital to like just like, oh, I'm only going to shoot on film. Like, with digital, it's good because you like know what you're seeing, and for certain projects, I'll shoot on film. Certain stuff I'll shoot on digital. But I'd say with now, like with the whole film style, it is getting oversaturated. So I do notice like it is a bit different with the new age doing the same thing over again. And I've seen like photos of people, and it's just like the same old thing, and I'm just like, okay, I've seen this before. Right? So that's where that challenge comes to being different. I'm just gonna stand on this. Right here? Kind of more like that. Okay, like yours. Yeah, okay, yeah. Bring your right hand lower. Yeah. Try to lean it a little more so I can see more of the story. Okay, yeah. How would you normally say if you're trying to just sit with that?
Going towards film now, this is something that I prefer, and a lot of people are asking me how I get that done on my pictures. It's very similar. You could see it throughout the whole feed of my Instagram, and I will have a separate video on the whole construction of my Instagram, how I go about it, organizing it, the back end of everything. So that will be in the next video. But as for the type of pictures that I take, I mix it in with film and iPhone pictures. iPhone will be getting into later on in the video. But as for the film portion of my pictures, I started off with like a run-of-the-mill camera. Avery had found one on eBay for me. Thank you, Ave. I really appreciate it. That's what really got me into film in the first place. And then I started gradually playing with different type of film cameras, as you guys should too. That's why everyone asks me what film camera I shoot on. I don't really like answering that question just because I feel like you're trying to adapt to another person's style. Hence why I feel like Ray and Gunner don't really try to blast out to the world what cameras they shoot on, because their film style will just be adopted by everyone and everyone's going to try and do what they do. What you should try and do is try to adapt your own style, but you could use other outside elements as reference to try and create what you want to make. So that's what I try to do with film photography. A lot of other people like have their certain aesthetic. I try to look at that, take what I will from it, and then try to incorporate it into my own feed. So whether that be half body shots, which will be like around mid thigh up until the top of my head, and full body shots, or like a shot with me and the person, these are all different things that I kind of got from Gunner. Full body top to bottom would kind of be that digital direction I got from Ray. There's a lot of different outside sources. Arnold is another film photographer that I've seen, which is just kind of run-of-the-mill, run-and-gun, candid shots, which I prefer a lot for film photography, just because like I like a natural flow on my Instagram. I don't like too many things to be posy. I find candid adds a really nice, effortless aesthetic to your Instagram. So you guys can definitely try that out. It looks really nice. A lot of other people do it. Posy isn't always the greatest thing for an Instagram, although you could have it be your aesthetic for your whole thing. I just don't like having the same pose, you know, like no shots fired to anyone, but like I just don't like having that for the whole feed of my Instagram. I find it gets really boring. Going on that, using that as a transition into iPhone photography, it could get really generic when it comes to iPhone photography. That's why with film and professional photography / digital, I like the person taking the pictures to be an actual like content creator or like a photographer, because they know what they want out of an image, and they will have shots in their mind or references in their mind, and they will tell you what to do or what to adjust in your body structure, what pose you want to do, this and that, stuff like that.
So yo, the thing that I've like completely enjoy about film over digital, I have my camera in my bag always. So like whenever I'm going for dinner or chilling with my friends, I'll just take photos, and then like when I get them developed, I won't realize, because I like if you have like short-term memory loss, you're like, oh shit, I realized I took that photo after you get them emailed.
Yeah.
So it's like that whole element of surprise and like seeing how the photos turn out. It's like the best ever.
And I found a lot of things with me, like even when shooting on film, like I'll always keep it on me, and then I'll tell people to take pictures either of me or I'll take the pictures. I'll get my pictures back, and the best thing about it is that like you don't even like, it's very effortless, and also it keeps you off of your phone. Like me, I always have like, oh, I have to put this picture out, because if you take an iPhone picture, you're just like, oh, okay, it's quick, snappy. But like if you have you have like film, it's way better, because like you're just sitting on the pictures. It's better that way. You're off your phone.
There's a lot more patience involved. You need patience to shoot on film.
Exactly.
You won't be able to shoot on film and want the pictures right away, unless if you're going to places that have like 1 hour return time and you need the photos for like a project or something, then but if you're just like shooting and you like, sometimes I'll get a roll developed a week or two later, you know what I mean, and it's just like I'll see the photos. I'm like, oh, okay, I remember this, I remember that, or I remember first shooting on film. Like, holy shit, this is crazy.
It's a big challenge, and the thing is with it is like it's so much worth it. Like it's way worth your while waiting on those pictures rather than just taking quick iPhone pictures, because like sometimes you know that end product, although you don't know how it's gonna come out, you feel like it's gonna be a better picture in quality. So
no, for sure. I'd say especially with even digital, like digital's all right as well. I don't mind it at all. But with having something like this is a Yashica T4.
Oh, he's dropping gems right now.
Yeah,
he hasn't showed this
like a really good camera to use for portraits. Yeah. And so to have that on you, like, I'm not gonna carry this every single day with me. You know what I mean? Like, I could get like a small digital point and shoot, but it's like I might as well just use this, especially with the whole style of the grain and the different colors. Like, that's one thing. Shooting on Ektar 100 is like one of my favorite films at the moment, because it's like the colors are just crazy. But yeah, so right now we're going through these references.
We'll come
back to you guys soon.
So I just wrapped up this shoot with Tehran. We're gonna go hit up Dime across the street. I haven't been here in like months, honestly. And what we were saying is, me and Tehran were talking about how if a photographer doesn't have direction
or communication
with the model.
I remember, my first shoot that I ever did with the model was terrible.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even know what I was doing.
Because you were just like, the model's just standing. If it has
and
no...
Like, not only that, it was like one of my friends. So like, he doesn't know how to model. I barely know how to shoot. Like, it was just super like awkward and shit.
Because it's like constructive criticism, and that's what you need. But now we're here at that.
You need a...
Alright, so right now, me and Tehran are back in action. We're at Bar George? Yeah, Bar George. And now you can see how vacant and empty and kind of gross this is. But then you find beauty within the randomness, and there's all of this greenery, kind of like Jound aesthetic. Pretty interesting. So we're gonna show you what that looks like after, right now. Yeah, this spot's...
And lean back a bit. Yeah, that's it. That's actually fire. Take one more flash.
I like flashing the little too.
I think that's good.
Yeah.
I think that was actually a better.
Yeah. But when it comes to iPhone photography, that's gonna be all you making the picture. You making the shot, you making the pose, all of that. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. So you're gonna have to look at the references. You're gonna have to make the body structure in the picture. You're the one that's gonna be orchestrating it. So it's really up to you at the end of the day. So that comes into mind with a lot of stuff like how you present yourself, your charisma, don't be so like slumped. You just have to like be really presentable. That's the only thing that could really give you guys as tips as far as iPhone photography and stuff like that. Posing, just feel natural. Don't really feel stiff and awkward. That's about it. As far as help for stuff like that. iPhone photography, I like full body shots or square. I've just been accustomed to square because of Instagram. That's just like how it was for the longest time. For the crop, normally I believe it's 4.5 or it could translate to 8.10, which is the crop. So you could just use that as a standard crop on Visco. Just have that in mind because Instagram doesn't take your full iPhone picture into the frame. So just keep that in mind because sometimes you might crop your shoes by accident or you might crop your head by accident. Make sure your whole body's in the frame. Another tip. Alright, so the main difference between digital / film pictures and outfit pictures on iPhone is that one, you can take reference pictures, which is way easier. I can like take a picture and then show it to Justice or Mohim, and then they could like understand what type of angle I kind of want, and it's better that way. You could do that, yeah, too. Justice has spotted a location that he likes.
The walls are like not the windows.
Okay, so you want like that center right here then?
Maybe. I don't know how it look though.
You could try it, you never know. Yeah. You want like a half body or full body? Hold it. So basically what I do normally, like even if it was flipped and Justice was taking a picture of me, I try to like squat and go like halfway. Normally it's really good.
Okay.
Pictures like this, if you want like full body, It's like the typical gully guy Leo thing, you know? You
Yeah.
want,
For sure,
you want
for
to hit
sure.
like the top of the frame of the camera and the bottom, like just to get the full outfit. And you want to center them as much as possible. And that's how it is.
Like I should take these out. The shirt comes off the.
That's the one.
That's why I like. You can't really see the.
Okay. No, that's cool. Yeah. We got the approval, we got the money shot. Everyone has their fit pics, everyone's happy. Basically, the main focus of this whole video was to show that you could get certain shots with professional and film that would be like in one category, and then iPhone pictures is a whole another category, but like those two together is what makes my whole Instagram feed. And I'm gonna make a whole other separate video on like how I organize my Instagram feed and like different editing apps that I use and different stuff like that. Whole back end of it. This is more just like how I shoot them, which is really like important. A lot of people are interested. So yeah. And that's about it. Like reference pictures really do help. So if you have anyone on Instagram that you really like with, such as a gully guy Leo, such as anyone like me or Jacob or Fernando, Sanjeev, Avery, all of these people, if you like how their Instagram looks, don't bite the exact same thing, but use that as a reference to build onto your own Instagram aesthetic, and you could develop your own type of poses, your own type of style of images. Now me, I have film, I have digital, I have iPhone pictures, I mix it all in, and I plan it out, and I'll tell you more in depth in another video how as to how I plan out my Instagram feed. But that's the gist of it. That's how I take the pictures I take on my Instagram. Hopefully that was helpful for you guys. Really appreciate you guys stopping by on the channel once again. I'm going to try and keep it more consistent on this platform. Make sure to go follow me on my Instagram. GOTSWEIGE is my Instagram. You can follow me on there. That's where I have all my content while I'm not posting on YouTube. That's where you can keep up to date with me more consistently. Thank you guys once again. I'm out. Peace.